be back-to-back champs and do it against one of your biggest rivals.
You go ahead, Billy.
The feeling's surreal. I can't explain it. There's nothing to explain it with. I'm just gonna smile.
I mean, we had the plan coming in, and we knew what we were gonna have to do, and I mean, you see it out there. That's what we did. Exactly what we did.
Honestly, it was a lot closer than we expected. They gave us a great battle, so props to them.
It's a great basketball game. I think a Whitfield championship against hometown rival. I think it's kind of what high school basketball is about. I think that really creates a great environment for this kind of game, and I think we're just fortunate to come out on the right side of it.
You guys have some experience winning close games. To get here, you had to make some last chance shots. But today, the close game was won by the defensive end. Can you just talk about how big those rebounds and forcing them to miss at the end were?
I mean, if you want to talk to anybody about that, it'd be that guy down there.
These guys played one whale of a defensive basketball game, did a great job on the glass. I think we were up 19-11 at half. That was the goal. We wanted to deny their good players, make them earn every basket they got. And I think my hat's off. I told them in the locker room, just an outstanding defensive performance. We were in and out of a lot of different defenses. They rotated extremely well. My hat's off to them. They executed it. Great practice leading up to this, and they put on a show defensively. So I'm very proud of them. Very proud.
Coach, how critical was the familiarity with them? Obviously, seeing them 3 times this year.
Yeah, I think it goes both ways, right? They know us well, we know them well. I think it played a big part. We talked about that as a team, right? So we had to put some new things in. We knew they were familiar with us. I thought we did a nice job executing those. But it's big, right? We pride ourselves. These guys will tell you when we meet as a team from the beginning of the year. First bullet is we will always be more prepared than our opponents, and these guys take it seriously with film study, how we break down practice, how we work on other team sets and their defenses. That's all to these guys. I mean, I put it together for them, but they have to do the work and they have to execute in practice, and they have to buy in and do that film study on their own. So when you play a team 3 times, it certainly makes my job easier because you have the breakdown from the first one already. You got the games in between, so we didn't have as much to do, which was great. But again, hats off to these guys. I think knowing that opponent inside and out was a huge part of that victory.
For you guys, how?
We got to give props to our coach too. The preparation, he instills it in us. I can't explain the amount of hours. I see it on Huddle. It says it on the bottom left of the screen. The hours go up by the hundreds. So
It's insane.
I don't think he sleeps.
I mean, you got to give credit to, not just us 3 up here. You got to give it to all the guys on the bench. I mean, those dudes come in every single day and give us the best looks that they can. So, you got to give props to them. I mean, the whole entire team, if you're on our roster, you're one H word of help.
You're contributing in some way.
Yeah, exactly.
For you guys, how beneficial was the experience in close games earlier to being able to pull this one out?
I think it's a mentality thing. So we have it in our minds that we're going to come out and win this game. No matter how much we're down by, no matter the deficit, we're going to win the game. That's our mentality.
I mean, with all the close games that we had, we know what we have to come in and we know what we have to do. I mean, it doesn't matter the lead. I mean, I think when we played them the second time, we were down 12 at halftime. 15, yeah. I mean, we know what we got to do to come back to that, so.
I think that just credits our schedule. I think we try to play some of the best teams that we can play. And being in those competitive situations, especially at the end of the games, I think that really gives us the experience to be in these kind of tight games and stay ahead and not crumble as a team.
Albie, what changed in the second quarter there when you made that run toward the end and right into halftime?
I think we were able to get out in transition a little bit more. We had some opportunities in the first. I just didn't think we were clean on our rebounds. We got bumped around a little bit, and we got away from our game. I thought defensively we were great. We were just off a little bit in the transition game, which is a big part of what we do. And I think we were able to get out, get a couple of buckets, key rebounds, get down the floor, and open the game up, get the pace back to the way we want to play it. So I think that was a big part of that second quarter for sure.
Albie, seriously, when you took over, I know you guys knew you had something, but could you ever thought, and was there a time where you thought maybe, hey, we do have something, but could you seriously have thought 2 WPLs in a row at their legs?
At the end of last year, coming into last year, I knew we had a chance. We had the guys. I've known most of them. The team that was here last year, I started coaching those guys when they were in youth. These guys as well, right? Most of these guys have coached them since they were young. And seeing that group and knowing the experience that these guys had last year. I've talked about this a lot over the year, but last year's practices, when we would go 5-on-5, with these guys being coming up there, and all these guys, not Billy, but Wayne and Aiden and Colin Rogers. I mean, these guys were started on a lot of other teams. Those practices were off the charts, and the competition was through the roof. And so when that season ended, and we did our exit interviews, every single one of these guys, every single player that came back, I asked them, what are your personal goals? What are the goals for the team coming back this year? And without any prompting, without any hesitation, every single kid, down to the last JV player, said, we're doing it again. We have the guys. We know how to get it done. We just went through it. We're going to do it again. So to us, starting off the year, our goal was simple. We're going to win the section again. We're going to win this again, and we're going back to Hershey. We had those 3 goals, and they all agreed those were our goals. And we got 2 down and 1 to go. So yeah, this year, the way these guys put in the work in the off season, absolutely thought this year we could get back here for sure. When I first got the job, did I think, oh yeah, here we go, back-to-back whip deals? No. But as it progressed, and I just saw the type of kids we had and what we were building, it was something special, and you can see that on the court.
It's funny how the first 2 games kind of followed this at the free throw line. You didn't make them early, and I don't know if you even know you did this or not, but when Colin was going up to the line, you were hitting your chest and you locked eyes with him, and then of course he makes the big free throws. It's kind of funny how that all works out. In each of the last 3 games, you guys hit him at the line at the end.
Yeah, we keep talking about this, and I told him, guys, we just won the Whitfield Championship at the free throw line. Right? It was kind of surreal. It's been our Achilles heel all year. But credit to these guys. I mean, the amount of time we extended our practices probably halfway through the season. 2.5, sometimes 3 hours. 2.5 became our standard, sometimes 3, because we agreed we got to get better at the free throw line. They put the work in. We tried every possible thing you could do under the sun. Shooting a lot at once, shooting 2. We get up and down the floor so we're burning and we shoot them. But they just kept grinding. They kept grinding. And you look at last week, I mean, we shoot 40 and make 21, but we were 11 to 15 in overtime. But guys, you were allowed to make free throws throughout the game, right? You don't have to wait to the end. But as I just told them downstairs, just like these close games at the end, the look that they have, the confidence that they have in the clutch, could ask for a better group. There's 100% confidence that they're going to win basketball games. And as a coach, when these guys know free throws is mental. It really is. A lot of it is mental. And I just think that shows their grit down the end to be able to knock them down when it matters.
Albie, what do you shoot as a team from the line? Do you know, coming in today?
Very low.
No, today.
We don't want to
Roughly.
say that one.
Roughly.
50
in the 50s.
50.
Really?
It's like 55.
Oh yeah. Well, we shot 65% one first playoff game, I think, and we were like, whoa, But then there's games we've shot 80, and then there's games we've shot 40. But yeah, we were in the low 50s pretty much throughout the year.
Can you guys kind of expound on that? Like he says, like you have that look of, we're gonna, when it comes down to the end, we're gonna win this game. Where's that come from?
We've had years of preparation. I mean, this is our 4th year playing high school basketball, and we've had the late games. We had the big time games last year against Steel Valley. Came down to the clutch moments, and we were able to take over when we needed to. Now we're completely confident in ourselves that we can do it every single time. Anytime it gets to a point of we might lose this, any other team might say that they're going to lose, we know we're going to come back and win.
I mean, I think a lot of it is we stay together throughout the whole entire thing. I mean, at the start of the season, I'm not gonna lie, that was something that we struggled with 100%. And when we got into the playoffs, we all realized we have one end goal and we need to get this done. And we all came together every single game and we fought through it. And that's exactly what we need to do.
I think the experience of 3 of our playoff games this year and 2 of our final 2 playoff games last year, and even games throughout our regular season this year, those games we were behind late in the 4th quarter, and we still found a way to come back and finish on the right foot. I think that just kind of instilled in our mind that we know what we have to do and the steps it takes to be able to pull out in those close games.
For all 3 of the guys, just how much time do you guys spend in the weight room, and how much impact does that have, especially in these close games late in the season when it's coming down to who's better conditioned and stronger and tougher at the end?
Yeah, we've definitely found throughout the playoffs that matching up, we're a lot physically stronger, faster, and that kind of, it really helps us in our play style. We like to play fast, we like to play physical, rough it up on the boards. And when we're in a game, when we have guys mismatches all over the place defensively, and when shot goes up, I think that just really gives us the edge in a lot of these games to come out and really just dominate.
It also tires out the other teams when we're bouncing them off of us the whole game. We're stronger than all of them. So
Yeah, 100%.
it really helps us out.
20-7 for you, Billy. I mean, what were you seeing? How were you able to be so successful tonight?
7 rebounds.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Right place at the right time, I guess. It's also my teammates clearing it out down low. Wayne and Nathaniel, they're the presence that draws everyone in. If you've seen their defense, they had to draw in against them. They had the double, so I was able to get open kickouts, which led me to drive into the hoop, getting easier shots. So it's a whole team thing. Those 20 points can be separated to anyone. It's just right place at the right time, and years of preparation as well.
He's also pretty good, so.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.